Let's go. It's your back, it dey keep passing. It dey bring out the best thing. I dey feel your recipe. Make you give me that recipe. Fine, fine. Yeah, you fine. You so divine. I dey feel you die.
Alright, people, what's up? Alright, we back. I finished fucking Daredevil, okay? 2 reasons why I finished this show, man. It was dragging ass and I couldn't make it. It was 2 reasons why I finished Daredevil. 1, everybody told me to finish it that saw it and said the ending is way better than the other stuff. And I said, damn, I did suffer through those 6 terrible episodes, you know, for me to, they weren't terrible. Let me take that back. They were just, the writing is ass, but the actors are killing it, so it keeps you involved. So everybody told me to watch it, and then the second reason is because I'm dedicated to my boy, no homo, Frank Punisher. You know, Frank Castle. I gotta see my dude, you know, kill some people. I done sat here and watched all this weak ass. I don't even know what it was. It wasn't even a lawyer show. It wasn't even. They had one courtroom episode in this whole series, right? Where White Tiger gets off free. But other than that, he didn't do no lawyering. He wasn't no lawyer. Half to 90% of the time. Man, they didn't do a very good job. But anyway, this is about episode 7 and 8, okay? 7 through 9. I was thinking I had 2 episodes left. Unfortunately, I had 3. Episode 7 was trash. That was the episode where Muse he tries to kill the therapist. First off, she the therapist for Muse. She dating Daredevil. She a therapist for Kingpin. How is she so connected to everybody accidentally? Like, I don't like that, man. It's just so lame. Her character, it has no development. I can't tell whether we're supposed to like her or hate her, but either way, we just don't like her. And it's just like the therapist is adding nothing to the show. And then Muse comes in, tries to kill her. Daredevil saves her life. And then she's like, Daredevil is here for himself. Whose attitude is like that? I don't even care if you're a girl bossing or whatever on your show, man, but whose attitude is like that after someone saved your life? After a near-death experience yesterday, you're talking about the Daredevil is selfish and I saved myself and he's just as bad as Kingpin. He just saved your life. Ain't nobody who's going to be traumatized by almost being murdered by a psychopath is gonna just sit there and be like, yo, you know, it was all me. Da, 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 da. You gonna be shooketh. You should be scared to even look around the corner. Someone try to kill you. So she ain't here for nothing. God bless the little Frank, what's his name? Hector Iola's niece, you know. She trying, but they ain't do nothing with her character. What is up with all the, you know, I don't want to get racial. I don't want to get racial, but we get racial. Ain't nobody look like me on that show. Now we getting woke. If we gonna woke it up, why don't we woke it up all the way? Ain't nobody look like me on that show. Every woman they casted of color, there's 4 or maybe, I'm not sure what the therapist is, but everybody is a light-skinned, mixed, some kind of light-colored black people. Even the thugs was light-skinned black people. And I said, damn, we ain't no darkies. Where the darkies at? Where my people at? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, man. It's like, they're like, oh, we gonna put black people in it because we're not racist, but we gonna cast the whitest looking black people we can. Like, but that ain't racist. Like, what are we doing? You know? And then they don't give none of the characters any type of, you know, storyline or importance. They're just there. They're just pawns in the whole. We ain't got no bishops, no rooks. You know what I'm saying? No knights. It's just pawns. That's all they gonna be. Kill them off and let's move on. But anyway, let's think about something positive. What positive happened? So by the time we got to episode 8, Episode 8 and 9 were a little bit better. I was definitely a little bit more invested. Episode 8 was still, it's like they're trying to fix everything. But it still wasn't very good. But episode 9 was incredible. Episode 9 felt like I was watching the old Daredevil show. And I don't think it's just because they brought Karen back in it. It just had to feel like even some of the scenes and the shots. And I thought the shots, even in the shitty episodes, were actually very artistic. You know, they looked really good. That was probably the best part of what they did was some of the shots and the visuals. But even when they brought in whoever the second writers were or whatever they're doing, but episode 9 was just different, dude. It just felt different. It just felt like the Netflix stuff back, you know, with just different characters. Even I can't remember the lawyer's name, the lawyer that he parted with, the black lady, but she felt like her character felt more, you know, important and had more life to it. And like, I was actually interested in what the fuck she had to say. And I was like, y'all should have just kept those writers, man. Y'all should have just kept those writers. Let's talk about the reason why we're all here. Frank. You know what I'm saying? Frank Castle, the Punisher. Everybody hyped up that first appearance of Frank. And to me, it just made no sense. Why? It was cool. Everything was good within the scene, but the scene didn't make any sense because did Daredevil go find Frank because there's a skull on the bullet when Daredevil knew for sure they weren't Frank's bullets. So why were you even at Frank's house? But regardless, we're going to jump to the end. Karen calls Frank to keep Matt safe. So we cool with that. While he was in his apartment and everything, that shit was all cool. That shit was dope. It was dope. And when he's like, yo, I'm not playing patty cake with these dudes. I'm chopping them up. He's like, yo, just so you know, bruh. The fact, man, Frank is one of my favorite characters by far. And honestly, I was not interested in the Punisher as a kid. You know, I think maybe because he just didn't have superpowers or he was just a guy. But as an adult, man, that is the realest motherfucker living. I love me some Punisher. Now, we gonna talk about them scenes. Them scenes was violent, right? And it's like, oh, that's what we here for. But I was like a little bit too violent. I don't want to be like, I feel like I'm complaining about something I was asking for. But they went over the top with that shit. Like, it was like, we're going to use all the violence that we should have used episodes 1 through 8 and then stuff it all into episode 9. Episode 9, if you didn't watch any of this other shit, you would have been shook. You're like, what kind of show is this? They're just busting heads wide open. Speaking of Kingpin, whoa, that was worse than the first time he crushed the skull. Man's out here just, I said, oh, Lord, I didn't even rewind. That's how you know that shit was fucked up. I didn't even rewind because normally I would have ran that back. But I said, ooh, we gonna keep moving. we gonna keep it pushing. That was graphic. But yeah, let's get back to Frank. Frank was going crazy with it. And then the fact that he's getting this special presentation, I do like the Disney Plus special presentation, sorry. I do like the first one. Werewolf by Night is probably my favorite shit ever. I'm the only person who thinks that, but I think that is the greatest shit they have ever done. Guardians was cool. It was a cool special presentation. I wasn't mad at it. Punisher sounds great, but he really needs a show. But I just don't think they want to go all in with such a violent character. But everybody loves him. I don't know why Marvel is not picking the characters who everybody loves to just put everything behind. Like, we want to see, I love Daredevil trying to stop Frank from killing people while they're both kicking ass. But it'd be cool to see Spider-Man, you know, like, yo, who is this guy? Like, why is he shooting people in the head, you know, unprovoked or completely provoked, regardless. You know, so that was missing. They had a clip of the little kid in there. I thought it was Tom Holland, but let's get through the scrub and I'll show it. So we're gonna go through a scrub. Right here. We got this dude talking to Cherry. And it's like, they didn't get Cherry no clout, man. You know what I mean? They didn't get Cherry no clout this whole show. This dude right here was a bomb-ass actor. His acting skills was on point. Give him storyline. Give him meaning. Quit just using this nigga as a pawn, man. Then you got a good actor on your hands. Use this nigga to... All he do is give information to Matt and then diss the fucking peer. Does his glasses have glass in them? I'm tripping. Either way, you got a great actor, bro. I loved his acting, but I was just like, his character has no reason to be here. We don't like the therapist, man. We don't like the therapist, man. This lady sucks. And I don't know if they try to make her suck on purpose or what. It's really not the actress or anything. It's just this character fucking sucks, dude. And it's like, we gotta suffer through this. And like, why the fuck do you like her? You know what I mean? If anything about annoying ass character, don't make the guy we like her, man. Fuck this bitch. And she happens to be the therapist for everybody. She happened to be the therapist for everybody, for fucking Daredevil, for Muse, for everybody. You know, Kingpin done built him a little. Task Force is alright, but the Task Force was alright. You know, but it was a little bit too on the nose for me, you know? So this is where Daredevil come in, throw down with Muse. You know, this is some decent choreography, you know, it's a good fight, but Muse ain't really, is he really a fighter like that? Like, we don't really care, you know? Damn. You know, it was a good fight though. It was worth it. I just wish that, I mean, if Muse was that guy, you know, why did they kill him so quickly? The dude was in like 3 episodes. He was in like 3 episodes. What's the point of that? The Task Force is cool, but it's just too on the nose, man. Y'all sending the message to the police like, we get it. We get it. Y'all ain't supposed to be wearing Punisher logos if you're the police and you protecting and serving, but y'all really didn't need to put it in the show, man. We really didn't give a fuck. But Frank killing all these niggas was, once again, it was graphic, but it was cool. It was cool. Let me get through this episode. This episode was trash. I don't even care about this. Like, this was terrible. Let me get through this, man. That episode was big trash. So then we had episode 8. Let me jump ahead a little bit. There ain't no freaking intro. Oh yeah, so this when Fist call up homegirl. He call up Vanessa to come handle this work. Adam still alive, and Fist basically has her shoot this dude up. And it was just like, what a waste of fucking time. You know what I mean? What a waste of fucking time. We didn't need all that, man. This whole storyline between her, Adam, and Kingpin was a waste of time. All y'all wanted to do was have her put the head out. You didn't need to cut Kingpin in the process. What's the point of that? That didn't make no sense. So her killing Adam was like anticlimactic. We don't care. I don't know what to think about fucking Kingpin Jr. here. You know what I mean? Like, so this whole thing with Bullseye was bullshit. That's what it was. Like, what are we doing, bro? This dude kills Foggy for no reason because she puts a fucking head out. Why the fuck would he want to do anything that Vanessa Fisk wants him to do, especially if she gets this nigga locked up? Why did he not come and kill her? Why did he try to kill Kingpin? Kill that. Kill Vanessa. She the one who set you up and failed you. Kill Kingpin. Kill them all. And why he shoot one shotgun round It don't make no sense. You bullseye. You don't miss nothing. You shoot one shotgun round. Let me skip to it, man. Let me skip to it. Because they try to make this shit seem dramatic. You know what I'm saying? This shit was dramatic right here. Buddy up here with the shotty. Daredevil realized, boom. And it's like, first and foremost, all these dudes pull out guns. Him saving Kingpin is dumb. Like, why the fuck would he save Kingpin? It doesn't even make any sense, like, strategically. You know what I mean? And like, why didn't Bullseye try to kill Vanessa? She the one who set you up. This shit was supposed to be so dramatic and I just couldn't feel it. I was just like, man, I got my dude looking dumb. All this security pulls out their guns and nobody peels one cap or busts one shot at the dude who just tried to shoot at the mayor. Not one shot only one shot. This entire scene was fired. And that was the one that hit Matt Murdock. Nobody busted cap at this dude. And he don't shoot no more. Look at Kingpin. Kingpin wide open. Why is he not trying to kill him? He wide open. Look at these dudes. You see a shot fired? Ain't one shot fired. Look at Vanessa, mouth wide open, like, what the fuck have I done? Look at Kingpin, like, I can't believe you, bitch. Look at his fella, I can't believe. Look at the shit you done set up. Man, either way, like, they was trying to, y'all tried. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna be mad because y'all tried. And, but that shit was ass. Real talk, big ass. Matt's in the hospital telling the therapist lady, Kingpin ain't what you think he is. You need to listen to me. I know what the fuck is going on. I threw him in jail before. And she on his side. So, like, she's just unlikable and really just unrelatable. That's what I think is what it is. Like, who the fuck acts like that? Like, even crazy people don't act like that. You know what I mean? Kingpin going ahead and putting the hit out on Matt. Like, yo, he took a bullet for me. Let me go ahead and finish the job. Is cold-blooded. I like that. But, your new writers had to write that shit. I like that. This lady about to crack under pressure. Man, they really did come in and try to fix this show. Now, some of that shit was just trash. Like, some of the episodes were just really bad, but they really tied it all together. Whoever the new writers are very fucking talented. They tied it together. They made every character seem way better than they were. That assistant that was helping Fist, the lady who was always worried about his public image, she was way better in this episode, even though she was scared and tripping. Same with the police lieutenant whose head he smashed open. You know what I mean? Karen pulled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get back to business, bro. Let's get back to what the fuck we came here for. And they do got the love triangle between Matt and Karen and Frank. Which we should have been talking about that shit this whole series, bro. Everything that we talked about in this series didn't even matter. What is up with y'all freeze frames? Why don't none of y'all shit match, bro? Disney is trash. I click it. It's Kingpin. And it's not fucking Kingpin. Either way. The show's ass, bro. The last episode couldn't save it. I would never recommend anybody to watch it. I would recommend you watch the Netflix Daredevil twice. I was massively disappointed watching some of my favorite characters just being wasted. It wasn't even like the actors were trying to do everything they can to hold on to that show, but man, at the end of the day, man, the show was just wasn't it. It just wasn't it. I can't say I'm looking forward to season 2. I may check it out. It took everybody to tell me to watch this to finish watching it. I don't know, man. Thunderbolts is alright. I left a review for that, but Thunderbolts is alright. Fantastic Four looks like it's gonna be trash. Doomsday's been delayed to December, hopefully. Hopefully it's better. You know, but we wait for Jurassic World. Let's see some people get eaten by dinosaurs. That's the only shit I got to look forward to. I did see the King Kong Godzilla. I saw a little clip of the trailer, but I know they're making a new one. We always down with that. Monsters battle. Let's get it. But Daredevil Born Again, I guess overall, let me give it a grade 1 out of 10, or 1 through 10. I wouldn't say this shit better than Brave New World. That was a 6.8. I'm gonna give this like a 6.6. Yeah, that seems about right. 6.6, 6.7 maybe. 6.76, 6.67. How about that? Yeah, 6.67. That's what Daredevil Born Again is. Don't get hyped up. There's some cool moments, but it's background noise, baby. It's background noise. You doing the laundry, you doing the dishes, throw that shit on. But if you sitting down eating a meal, Thank y'all for watching. Get you a Trust Method shirt. Like, share, subscribe. Please like the video. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought about the show. I'll be posting more videos later. I'm out. Appreciate you for watching. Don't play with my patience. Man, they gone with the flow when they tryna fake it. That's not the way I roll. That's not the combination. You start off with the dough before you start the conversation. No one start the salutations. Man, don't play with me. I'm coming from a place they would hate to be. I'm going through a phase you would hate to see. They say this life's a trip. Ain't no telling where it's taking me. When you on the edge and you make your next move, better be your best. Before you throw it to the depths, better reinvest. Man, I count every moment and count every step, so I know I'm blessed. Now it's